What's going on, my friends? Chaz with Coach Chaz Fitness here, bringing you fitness basics, sponsored by fundsforyourlife.com. Today we're going to be covering the basics of push-ups, how to do a push-up and a few modifications for you. So I'm going to cover just a few key points and then I'm going to actually show you the push-up technique. So number one, as with any movement and exercise, keep your core tight. Now when we say keep your core tight, that does not mean just flex your abs. A lot of us think that the core is just the external ab muscles that we see, that six-pack. You have a lot of very deep layers, especially in your pelvic floor. So what you want to do is think about sucking your belly button towards your spine. So if I'm facing this way, my core down here, I want to take that belly button and suck it in. So that's how you keep your core tight. You're going to tilt your pelvis forward with it, and you want to make sure you're just keeping that deep layer inside of there really tight, not just the top portion of your abs when you flex. So number one, keep your core tight. Number two, keep your neck and spine in neutral alignment. That means you are not too far forward and you're not back like this, and I'll show you what that looks like on the ground. You want to keep it very neutral. Squeeze your glutes. This helps keep your core tight and keep your neck and spine neutral. Keep your elbows tucked in. Same thing with a few other movements I'll be showing you in future videos. Shoulder press, anything with the barbell, especially push-ups. You don't want your elbows to flare out. You want to keep them rotated and tucked in. And again, I'll show you what that looks like. And then last but not least, full range of motion. If you are a beginner and just starting to incorporate push-ups into your routine, you may not be able to do full range of motion chest to ground quite yet. So you do what you can, but week after week, work towards that. So now that you have these in mind, I'm going to show you how to do a push-up. Alright guys, here's how you do the push-up, keeping all those key elements in mind. We'll do a few different views, starting with the side view here. So what you want to do, get in position. Your hand width is going to be about shoulder width apart. Really, it's wherever you are most comfortable, especially because each person's bodies are designed slightly differently with mechanics. So find a position that's comfortable for you. So get your hands on the ground. Your feet width, wherever is most comfortable. So starting with the core, it's going to be natural to want to do something like this or this. So you want to keep a neutral spine, including your neck. Tighten that core. Make sure your shoulders are not hunched up. Tighten the core. Keep the elbows drawn in, because when you come down, you're going to want to do this. So make sure those elbows are drawn in. Core tight, neutral spine. Then you simply just drop chest to the ground. Now we'll show a front view so you can see my elbows a little bit better. So notice I'm going to do one with elbows flared and one with elbows tucked in so you can see the difference. Make sure we're good here. Alright. So elbows flared, elbows tucked in. So you want to make sure that you're rolling those elbows inward. That way they're not going to flare out and eventually cause elbow pain or shoulder pain or anything like that. So there you have it for the regular push-up. Let's see a few modifications. Another modification that you can use for doing a push-up is a regular push-up position, but you're going to drop your knees down to the ground. So all you're going to do, get in your position here, drop those knees down. You can even lift your feet up. Same thing as always, you keep neutral spine. Tuck the elbows in, squeeze that core, come down and up. Now like I said in the beginning, if you can only come down to here and go back up, that's perfectly okay, but week after week, make sure you're trying to work towards getting that chest all the way down. Now once you've mastered the push-up on your knees on the ground, once you can get to the point where you can do 10 or 12, then I would recommend upgrading to an inclined surface such as a bench. You can use a chair if you have something like a box jump, or also stacked cinder blocks, or your couch. There's several options. Just look for something that's at an incline or elevated, and just pretty much do your push-ups that way. So you start with Regular push-up position, you're gonna start like this. So you wanna straighten everything out, tuck that core underneath, tighten those elbows in, and push up. This is what you can do if you're an absolute beginner or if you have specific elbow, shoulder, wrist pain, anything particular going on. You can do wall push-ups. Like I said, these are very beginner, so you can start with these, work your way down to another surface like a bench or a couch, and then work your way down to the ground. So what you're gonna do, same situation, place your hands about shoulder width apart. Now with this one, obviously you can't come straight down, so you will have to bend your head back just a little bit so you don't end up kissing the wall. So what you do is just push into the wall. That is one modification that you can use if you are an absolute beginner or having any pain inside of your joints. Alright folks, there you have it. Now you know how to do push-ups and a few modifications. Start with the wall push-up. Do that until you can do about 10 or 12 reps, and then move down to a couch or a bench. And from there you can work up to another 10 to 12 reps. Once you get strong enough to do that, you can go to the ground on your knees. Do push-ups that way until you get strong enough, and then go up to your toes. It's a very slow progression to get there, so you can safely get to the point where you can do push-ups and build up your strength that way. Now, one thing I want to point out, if you do have wrist issues from being a bent wrist on the ground like that, you can invest in a pair of these. These are basic push-up stands. You can find these Craigslist.com or .org. That's a very, very popular one for finding fitness equipment. A lot of my stuff here in my home gym is from Craigslist. You can go to Walmart. Several places have these things. So, push-up stands. Instead of having a bent wrist, you're gonna grab onto that handle, and it's gonna keep your wrist straight. So these things are extremely beneficial if you have wrist issues that you need to work on, or if you want an extra 6 inches or so of range of motion on your push-ups. So give those a try. Give all these tips that I gave you a try. Make sure you keep these key elements in mind when you're doing your push-ups. So aside from that, this has been Coach Chaz. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out our sponsor, fundsforyourlife.com. They're there for all your fundraising needs, or if you want to donate to hundreds of stories on that site that are currently there, so go check them out. Feel free to give back to anybody that's in need. I know I'm on there all the time trying to give back as much as I can, so I highly recommend you guys check them out and do the same. Anyways, this has been Chaz, living excellence, my friends. I'll catch you later.